Hey everybody, welcome to part 3 of my series about the art of war by Sun Tzu and my examination of it and how it applies to business. So today we're going to talk about part 3, planning offenses. Now Sun Tzu says, subjugating the enemy's army without fighting is true excellence. And what does that mean? It means winning without going to battle or without going to war. We've seen these examples in history before. Wars have been avoided by either skillful negotiation or clever tactics. That's what you do, and then you don't waste any resources, you don't lose any lives. So in business, how does that apply? Well, you could want to go head to head with your competition and beat them and stuff. And we talked about this in the previous one, the burger wars in the 1980s. McDonald's and Burger King spent a ton of money on television ads competing with one another. And that could be looked at as a prolonged campaign, a prolonged offensive. And it's really not helping. Yes, if you have stupid money to spend, you can maybe do something like that, but most businesses don't. So what you want to do is you want to beat your competition by simply being better than them. Look at what they're doing, look at what they're not good at, look at what you're good at, and excel that way. Again, I've said it time and time again, what do you want to do to be successful? Have a strong brand, have good positioning, all executed by an ad agency, all that stuff. Now, Sun Tzu also says there are 5 factors from which victory can be known. The first factor is know when to fight and not to fight. We've all heard the expression, pick your battles. Same thing applies in business. You can't fight against everything or every competitor. Sometimes you have to, sometimes you do, but choose your battles. Know when not to fight. That's very wise. He also says recognizing when to employ either a small army or a large army. Now, what does that mean in business? It's about getting the right team for the task, what to do. Like here, sometimes I'll have my entire team contribute their skills to a design project, a logo design, or things of that nature. We get the best possible product. Sometimes it's better for one person to solely work on a project the entire time themselves and they own that project. It all depends on what the project is, the relationship with the client, what we're trying to achieve. Another thing he says is that upper and lower ranks have the same desires. Well, what does that mean in business? That means your entire company, your entire organization gets the mission, knows the mission statement, you have healthy culture, and everybody as a whole is aligned on that mission. He also says the fully prepared awaits the unprepared. So if you do have to go to battle, so to speak, or you do have to do something, prepare, prepare, prepare. That is the way to go. With anything in life, really, but with business, there are so many variables nowadays to any kind of plan you're going to roll out, anything you're going to do. Preparation, preparation, preparation. That's where it's at. I try and get in here as early as I can in the morning, do journaling, those types of things while my competition is still asleep. Think about that. And the 5th one is the general has to be capable. We touched on this before. The general is wise, disciplined, trustworthy, courageous. Your leader has to know what they're doing, whether it's a general manager, foreman, whatever it might be. If the general's not capable, if the leader of your business organization is not capable, and that might be you, then of course everything underneath that is going to suffer. If the general is strong and capable, then everything underneath that will be good. So as a leader, whether it's yourself, whether you're a general manager, do a SWOT analysis. What are your strengths, weaknesses, and look at opportunities and threats. I had my assistant do a SWOT analysis of me, and she came up with some weaknesses that I wasn't really focused on or even really thought about. Have someone in your organization do this for you, because as a general, you have to be the best. Yes, none of us are perfect, but if you know your weak points as a leader, you can work on them and get even better. I mean, I've asked my staff what they think of my leadership style, these different things. And I've said, please be honest. And sometimes you hear things you might not want to hear, but if you're wise, you're going to be introspective and learn from that. You can learn a lot from your staff about your style and thus learn a lot about yourself. So the final thing that he says in this chapter, Sun Tzu, he says, one who knows the enemy and knows themselves will not be endangered. One who knows himself and not the enemy will sometimes succeed. And one who does not know the enemy or know themselves will usually fail. And what that means in business is you need to know yourself, your organization, everything about that business inside and out. And if you're going toe-to-toe against a competitor, you have to know everything you can about them, because that's the only way you can truly evaluate what to do and so you can succeed. So all this is really interesting. The big takeaway is you only really go to battle if you have to. Win by smarts. There's so many things you could do to outsmart the competition and be better, or simply just be the best you possibly can be at what you do, and the business will come. That's really beating the competition. So think about that stuff. I hope it was helpful. This is very insightful, and as you know, a lot of this is just simple common sense stuff. So I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.